Julie had always enjoyed babysitting, but tonight she was grateful. The Johnsons' house was an old Victorian, full of character and charm, nestled in the quiet outskirts of town. She was looking after 7-year-old Tommy, a bright kid with a vivid imagination. The night began as usual. After dinner, Julie read Tommy a bedtime story. Just as she finished the last sentence, thunder rumbled outside. Great, a storm, Julie thought, glancing at the time. It was about 9:30 p.m. Tommy, who was scared of the thunder, asked her to check his closet and under the bed for monsters. It was their little routine before he would sleep. After ensuring Tommy there were no monsters, Julie helped him under the covers and turned off the lights. She retired to the living room, settling comfortably with a book on the old plush couch. Suddenly, she heard a creaking noise from upstairs. The house is just old, she told herself, trying to shake off this scary feeling. She had just managed to calm herself when she heard another noise. This time, it was more distinct, like footsteps. Feeling her heart pound in her chest, she reasoned that it might be Tommy. Maybe he got up for a glass of water. But then, she heard the footsteps again, this time heavier, more deliberate. Those were not the steps of a 7-year-old. With her heart pounding, she quietly ascended the staircase, armed with only the heavy brass candlestick from the hallway stand. She checked Tommy's room first. He was sound asleep, his chest rising and falling steadily. She checked the other rooms, but they were all empty. Feeling a little relieved, she turned to go back downstairs when she saw a shadow move in from the corner of her eye. She turned around quickly, but there was nothing. This storm is really getting to me, she thought. As she was about to turn the corner, she stopped dead in her tracks. The door to the basement, which was always locked, was ajar. The Johnsons never used the basement. It was filled with old, creaky furniture and boxes of stuff they never got around to unpacking. Taking a deep breath, she pushed open the door wider. As she descended into the basement, she heard a noise, like a muffled cough. She turned, the candlestick held high, and her eyes fell onto a figure hunched in the corner. The intruder was masked, a kitchen knife glinting in his hand. In that moment, time seemed to stop. Then, fueled by adrenaline, Julie swung the candlestick. It connected with a thud, and the figure slumped over, unconscious. Shaking, she ran upstairs, locked the basement door, and dialed 911. When the police arrived, they discovered that the intruder was a wanted criminal who had been evading capture for weeks. The rest of the night was spent with police officers, followed with questions. When the Johnsons returned, they were shocked, but incredibly thankful that Julie had protected their son. From that night on, Tommy insisted that not only was Julie the best babysitter, but also the bravest. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more creepy stories.